Is it cool being there as well, or does it all just
Yeah,
suck all the time?
it's fun.
Oh, okay.
Either way, we get there and we start setting up. And then the first night, we're stuck with the duty of driving around in one of those side. Do you know what a side by side is?
No.
It's a golf cart that's like 508 horsepower. Not really, but like it's really fast. Either way,
508 horsepower.
yeah.
Hey.
Either way, we drive around in one of those and we hand out garbage bags to all the people. So everything was going fine, and we saw a couple drunks, and we got to
Damn truckers.
this one, these two people actually. They were standing together near a set of tents, so we thought they were theirs, and there was a girl and a guy, and the girl was obviously drunk out of her mind. I think the guy was also, but he was kind of doing the man thing and not really showing it.
Yeah, I'm not drunk.
So I call him over and I'm like, "Hey, could you come over here for a second?" And instead of like just coming over to me like a normal person would, the girl comes up to me, sits in my lap, and starts making out with my neck. Keep in mind that I'm 16 at the time.
Dude, go get him.
Yeah, I feel kind of awkward here. I'm just talking to the guy while this is going on,
And
nonchalantly,
this is
just
his
being a
girl,
badass.
correct?
Yeah, yeah, obviously. Just being a badass while this is going on. And I'm like, hey, you got to keep these garbage bags around your thing. I'm doing anything to make sure that she stays on. I'm keeping talking with them. Like, you have to make sure that all your friends are using this, right? And I'm like, here, have some extras. And my brother's sitting beside me giggling. And
He's gonna blow your
eventually,
cover. He's gonna blow your cover.
yeah. Eventually, this guy like pulls the girl off me, which it made me feel so awkward, but it was also awesome as hell at the time. So that's what happened.
I think I want to go to this place.
It's fun.
So, but,
It's
I mean, what
just
do? You just,
you get drunk and listen to cool bands.
huh? And this is something your godparents have for the most part.
Well, it's their son who runs it.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Now, is
I
that son born into money and born into like not working, or he legitimately works his ass off to get this done?
uh, well, I don't want to speak bad about him.
Okay, so that's all we gotta say.
Mhm.
Okay, fair.
Um,
I
but
get your drift.
he does work hard,
Oh,
very hard.
that's good.
Like it's a fucking hard job. It's a year-round thing organizing these.
No, I
It's
mean,
pretty
I can believe that.
Oh, but the last one I got to meet a couple friends from Upper BC who I'd only been talking through Skype with. I don't know if you watched any of my videos with them, but there was Benji355 and
Name
Matt
sounds
Tag
familiar.
and uh, D Dubs SC or D Dubs.
D Dubs.
He has
Kind of
a
like that name.
his name's Donald, but he has a
Oh, I don't know if I
kick-ass
like
name.
Donald.
Donald.
Donald?
Yeah, but or not Donald. Donald didn't come down, but some cool people did and had a lot of fun. Got
Good.
really drunk. Okay, there was one night where, um, actually, it was the second night. The first night I was too tired to go out. Right, like the bar's open till 3 a.m. or not the bar, the dance tent's open till 3 a.m.
The
Uh,
dance tent. Oh,
yeah,
shit.
they had DJs and shit in there. I got to see fucking the Bloody Beetroots and Steve Aoki and LMFAO was supposed to be there, but they're chumps and they backed out. And either way, so I uh, I think it was the second night or maybe the third night. I went in there with my friend. What was his name? Either way, I went in there with some friends, and we started dancing, having a good time. And then I'm like, okay, so I need to go get a drink.
Alcoholic or.
Yes, yes. And my one of them went with me. Then I'm like, okay, I'll buy you a drink. And he's like, no, I don't want anything. Well, I'm like, I got 6 tokens. That's a lot of drinks.
Fucking 6 tokens, man.
Yeah. And he's like,
What are tokens?
drink tokens.
Oh, drink tokens. Are they
Yeah.
expensive?
$6.
Do you get them comped or no, you don't get the
No,
comped?
I gotta purchase them myself.
Shit.
But I was kind of like, Matt and Uncle are generous, so they did help me out. But either way, so I'm like, okay, well I need to grab some drinks. So I grabbed. I'm like, okay, do you got what's the most alcoholic thing you guys got? He's
Of
like,
course, of course.
he's like, well, we got tequila, and then we got some whiskey, and I'm like, well, I haven't really drank tequila too much, so I'm like, okay, I'll have 2 glasses of tequila because they came out in plastic cups.
Oh, okay.
So I got 2 things of tequila. Then I'm like, well, bottoms up. So I do both of them, and then we go back dancing.
Wait,
But
you just did them straight up like that?
yeah, they didn't have any limes or anything, so
Well, that
it's
seems
kind of
kind of. Alright.
bit extreme, I know.
Yeah, right? I was gonna
And
say.
either way, one buddy's like, "Okay, we're gonna get going now," and I'm like, "What are you talking about? We got Like, still, it's only like 1 in the morning. He's like, yeah, but we're just gonna go back and drink back at the tent. And I'm like, but I still got tokens. So I
I
went,
need to get wasted.
so I went and I did the rest in tequila shots, and then we started walking back. And that was pretty cool. That's fine. I wasn't feeling too sick or anything like that. Then we got back, and as soon as we got there, I'm like, okay, I'm a bit too drunk. So I walked back to my house, and the fucking security guard started harassing me because I had alcohol in my breath, obviously, because I'd just done tequila. And I'm like, no, I live at the house right there. He's like, I don't think so. I don't know who you are. And I'm like, buddy, I know who your boss is. I know, what was his name? Coach. I can, like, I know I'm related to Colin and all this kind of stuff. And he's like, I don't think so. So I had to end up calling one of my relatives who was running the head of security, or not head of security, head of the, the 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 employees or whatever, volunteers, and she came and picked me up, and that was just a headache. Then or yeah, the next night, um,
But isn't this
no,
a place where people just get drunk?
yeah,
So they thought you were just trying to go into the wrong house. They weren't stopping you from being
yeah,
drunk.
they thought I was just trying to get past him and doing a stupid stunt or something. So then the last night, or maybe the second last. I can't remember. I can't remember which because I was ridiculously drunk. What ended up happening? I'm like, okay, guys, we're gonna get drunk tonight, getting all pumped and whatnot. So went and I bought 12 tokens because I was gonna be generous. I'm a nice guy, and I wanted to
Spread that
test it.
shit around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I'm like, okay, so tonight we're doing whiskey, and they're like, all right, that's cool. And I go there with Ben, Matt, and Luke or Brett.
Names aren't that important. It's more about the story.
Yeah, and we go there, and we start dancing for a little bit, and then we go and it's more like jumping up and down repeatedly, and yeah, and then we I'm like, okay, let's all go to get a shot of whiskey. And they're like, okay, that sounds cool. So we went and all got one, and then I think Luke. No, Luke and Brett wanted to take off, and I'm like, "How about this? Just do like one more thing of whiskey with me, and then we'll go back." And they're like, "Nah, I don't wanna." And then I'm like, "Okay, we'll come back later, though." And he's like, "I don't think so."
Your friends are being pussies. What the hell?
Yeah. So I ended up doing 6 more whiskeys in a row.
In a
Mind
row.
you. Yes, just straight up, just do. And then
That's
we
Canada for
started
you.
walking back. About halfway there, I met my or saw my cousin, and he saw that I was just like starting to
Gone.
get no, I was starting to get gone, and he started talking to me, whatever. Then he's like, "Or you're drunk, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Are you high?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm not doing that this year." And he's like, "Okay, good." So then he lets me go on my way, and then I see my aunt or one of my aunts, and I'm starting to get right there to drunk, and I'm talking with her for a little bit, and I'm like, okay, I gotta just go sit down for a little bit. I was getting to the point where I was gonna like just either throw up or something.
You should have just threw up on her and be like, "Yep, I'm drunk." And then
Either
just be
way,
done with it.
we end up getting back to the camp finally, and after a short little while, we we bring out some beers because I had bought a flat right before the weekend started, and we were drinking some at their place, at their little campsite,
Is
having a
this
good
all you do
time.
in Canada? You just get drunk all the time?
It's all I do at a concert when I can.
I guess that
Um,
makes sense.
so we start bringing out the beers. Then out of the blue, I get the idea, hey, let's shotgun some beers because I had a flat, right? That's 24. So
Yes,
I
I didn't
went
know
and
what the flat
decided,
was.
okay, let's go and shotgun all these beers. So I do 3 beers on my own, and then I realize that no one else has been shotgunning beers with me.
Just
So
you've
I
just
get
been getting wasted on
yeah,
your own.
yeah.
That's
Well,
the
not
worst kind
really.
of drinking.
I was right in front of the fire, so they were still drinking and stuff, having a good time, and
But you were mega drinking.
I was going far. I was going hard. Either way, I ended up getting like super hard drunk. Like this was ridiculous. I went and got another thing of tequila at the place because we went there and danced for a little bit, and I ended up doing some dances with some pretty ladies, that kind of stuff.
Now by dances, you mean you stuck your dick in them while you were getting
Pretty
down,
much.
or oh, okay, so
So,
all standard
so,
ritual
and
stuff.
then
Got it.
after that, all of a sudden they disappear. Like I'm still dancing in there, but I don't see anyone anymore. So I just keep dancing for a little bit.
You're dancing
Then
by yourself.
yeah. Then well, no, you dance with people, right? Like you go ahead and get in a group and just be sociable. So I'm dancing. And
Crucible.
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go home. So I try to stumble my way through security. Doesn't work again. This time, coach recognizes me though. He's like, okay, that's cool. So then
This
he's
kid's
like,
a fuck.
Yeah, so he's like, so this is the last time you're gonna come and have a drink with me, okay? And I'm like, oh God, yes, let's do it. So we go and we have another drink, and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna bring you home. So he brings me home. I ended up throwing my shoes like just booting them against the wall because I wanted to get them off because they had mud on them, and
Makes
taking
sense.
off my pants right there. Not even waiting until I got downstairs. Took off my pants right there. Then I went and sat in the kitchen for a while and